All right, everyone, good evening and welcome to Eureka Archery. My name is Anuar Matsaat, and today I have a special guest with me. We have Mr. Mika Irfan. In today's discussion, a Dayak boy's journey in horseback archery. So, Mika, how are you today?
I am doing all right.
Just all right?
Doing great. Yeah.
Okay, so there has
Thank
been
you for me on the call.
No worries at all. No worries at all. I want to try to see where you're at this time around during COVID. The last time we met actually was about many months back.
Many months back.
Yeah, many months back while when I visited you at an empty land, a barren land that you were envisioning to transform into what you now call the Dayak Boi Playground. So maybe a little teaser. What is the Dayak Boys Playground?
So the Dayak Boi Playground is an outdoor range. So we are trying to allow archers to shoot safely inside a safe area for long range and short range, dynamic, tactical, 3D, all the archery games in one spot.
I see. An empty land. So it is more of like I would say your dream project. I mean, I would say it's any archer's dream project.
Yeah.
To develop a place where you can call basically your own range, that you want to create a community of archers. You want to create basically a place for recreation, so to speak, but using archery as the main aim. Just out of curiosity, why Dayak Boi Playground?
Why the name? Are you saying?
Yeah. Why the name Dayak Boi Playground? It's rather unique. It's rather interesting because most archery ranges, they will call it something archery range or Lapang Sasa Memanah ABC. But for yours, it's very straightforward. But people may be asking like, what is Dayak Boi Playground again? So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Dayak Boi Playground. Actually, I wanted to name it something else.
Okay.
It was more, I wanted to name it Sticks and Stones, I remember.
Sticks and
Because the
Stones.
stick refers to the arrow, and the stone refers to the arrowhead.
Right.
The medieval kind of arrows. So I asked Sheikh Fuad actually. So Sheikh Fuad said, why don't you just name it Dayak Boi? And I was like, okay. Yeah, so.
It does have a nice ring to it, like a Dayak Boi Playground. It sounds like, whoa, that's something interesting.
Well, I'm glad you like it. My mom loved it as well, so she was actually asking me to name it Dayak Boi Playground. Just Dayak Boi.
I see.
The playground came afterwards. Yeah, so the playground was like wanting to bring archers back to their childhood where they always have fun at the playground. Yeah, so we're sort of grown men now and we have different toys.
So these are like toys for adults, but in a more positive sense, because when you say adult toys, is something else entirely, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
So ladies and gentlemen, Dayak Boi Playground, where everything is PG. All right, so maybe we can just go ahead with the topic for discussion tonight. There'll be 4 things that we'll be discussing tonight with Mika: the beginning, the steps, the challenges, and the life. So you did mention a name of a gentleman who's rather, I would say, one of the pioneers of traditional archery in Malaysia, and that is Sheikh Fuad. And this marks the beginning of the archery journey for yourself and perhaps even for your family. Perhaps you want to share a little bit.
Okay, so let's just start off at how I got to know archery.
Yeah, sure.
So I was in this integrated school. This private school in Damansara, where they had a co-curriculum activity, and archery was one of them. Archery and horse riding was one of them.
I see. Interesting.
Swimming was as well. So I went for swimming. I could not afford the horses at that time, but archery was like also something I always wanted to try. As a kid, when we watched Lord of the Rings, I love Lord of the Rings.
I see.
Yeah,
So basically, Sheikh Fuad basically inspired you to really explore archery from a very young age. Were you very close with Sheikh's sons as well?
Yeah, I trained with them. So I sort of got the whole archery community vibe, or like a feeling of an archer from that beautiful family.
I see. Okay, so even in that sense, you would be like one of the pioneer young archers at the time to start into traditional
Wow.
archery.
That's a big claim to state, bro.
You're not claiming it; I'm saying it. You know what I mean?
I accept it, man.
Okay, all right. So this is how old were you at this time?
So this was 9 or 10 years old.
9 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
And how young are you now?
How young I am? 23.
So this is 13 years ago.
Yes, this is 13 years ago. Yeah.
It's amazing that you even still have the pictures.
Thanks to mom. Bro, I didn't think of pictures at this time. I just wanted to shoot, you know.
I see. And now today, 13 years later, on a Google Meet, we are looking at these pictures together. Technology is amazing.
The technology. Yeah.
All right. So next we have this picture here, rather interesting. Where is this?
This was somewhere in Korea.
Somewhere.
Somewhere in Korea. This was in, what was it? WTF, World Traditional Archery Festival.
I see. And you were one of the mini archers, I would assume, or cadet archers?
One of the kid archers.
Kid archers. And the guy in the middle, where is he from?
Yo, I think it's either from Mexico or the Amazons. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
It's pretty cool
But
outfit.
yeah, the two guys on the left, they were Hungarian.
Okay.
And then the guy in the red, Chinese. From China.
I
Chinese
see.
archer, and then we have the Malaysian archers on the rightmost.
So who's that with you?
It's Abdurrahman right there.
I see.
Abdurrahman.
Okay. And of course, this is at the shooting line. I think there you can see Sheikh Fuad there as well. And you're probably on the phone or trying to block the sun. I'm not sure what's happening here.
No, we didn't have phones at that time, so it's definitely the sun, Anuar.
So there's no phones at the time, yeah? Because you never know. Nowadays, even kids as young as 7 will have the phone on the range. You know what I mean? How the technology has advanced. Now everybody can afford a phone. Right. And what's happening here?
This, I think this was during the demonstration. We were doing like a small demonstration of archery movements and positions and all that.
I see.
So it's not a competition, not a competing photo.
I see. I see you're using a kaya of some sort, a Korean bow of some sort?
Yeah, it's it's up there.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
broken now, but
I see. At this age, how many pounds were you pulling?
It was a 40 pound.
It was a 40 pound. And how old were you then?
I was, at this competition was 11.
11 and you're drawing 40.
Yeah, but not at full draw though, so it's not at full draw. You know. Probably about 26 inches or less.
But still a 40.
Still a 40. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because some of the archers here claim that 40 pounds is too heavy, especially for an 11-year-old.
I would agree on that. Because
and yet here we are.
And yeah, here we are. So this thing, about drawing heavy at a young age, or like before you develop your strength, it does mess up your form. So like 3 years back, Sheikh and Rauf helped me fix my form with a 30 pound, with a 20 pound. And then I built back up from that. So now we're back to 40 again.
I see. Okay. So perhaps you were doing this at this age based on what you feel works and comfortable without the right guidance, so to speak, I would say.
Yeah. I used to steal Sheikh's bow during classes. We were all shooting 20 pounds, and then, Sheikh hid his bows inside the office at the school.
Yeah.
So from the school, we would go to the shooting range. So I would take the bow from the cabinet and we'd go.
But you do realize this is a live conversation. Sheikh may be able to see this, right?
I apologize for my weakness.
All right, so you fix your form with the assistance of Raouf as well as Shay, and you build back your strength and your muscle according to what is the actual body mechanics that you need to use for archery. Okay, so many years later, this happened to you. So perhaps you can share a little bit.
This was when Justin Bieber was kind of famous at the time. And we all wanted that hair, to flip. Yeah, this was at Istana Negara, I think. Istana Negara, Istana Budaya, I'm not sure. It's at KL. So she was running his classes there. I think Selecta, one of the Selectas was held there as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but I thought yeah.
I see.
Hmm.
I see. And you're still using the same 40-pound Kaya bow, I see?
Yeah.
I see.
It
Lasted quite a while, yeah?
It lasted a long time. 10 years, I think, and it broke.
Wow, 10 years is a really long time for a bow, especially in our weather.
For sure. And I don't take care of my bows pretty well. I'm quite careless on that.
Yes, I know that. I've seen how you handle your bow in the jungle, so yes. Right, so this should be about the same time?
Yeah.
But this
Same
was not
year.
in the Istana, this is somewhere else.
This was in Johor.
I
There was
see.
it's like they had like moving targets in that competition. I think it was Zara who hosted this.
I see.
I think so.
It's one of those early tactical games that's been organized.
Yeah, we were shooting at moving target, and then we were shooting from on top of a hill, shooting down.
Ah, nice.
That's the special things that I remember about this game.
But I know
Raouf won this.
Raouf won this one.
Yeah, Raouf won this game.
I see. But I see nowadays there's not many games like this anymore. I mean, even prior to COVID, like 2019 towards 2020, there's a lot less dynamic games. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. I think we should keep up these types of games,
It's more fun, isn't it?
I wouldn't say more fun. Fun is everything is fun about archery,
Right.
Everything is fun about archery. But, like these kinds of games also test an archer in many different situations, Like,
I see. So perhaps it's the variety in the games that needs to be maintained instead of focusing on just one discipline. I think it'll be much more, I would say, vibrant if there are a lot more organizers who does various types.
it would be more fruitful. I
Fruitful.
could say.
Did I say fruitful?
I said fruitful.
Okay, so this is after that you go on to the steps of being who you are today. What's going on here?
I have no idea actually. I think we were doing like a promo video for the stable.
Where was this?
This was in Rahman Putra Equine Center.
I
You
see.
guys can go there right now for your horse riding lessons.
Nice. And there's also this picture that you shared with me. I'm not too sure what's going on.
This was an awesome adventure. This was in Kazakhstan.
Ah.
Yeah.
And what
So
happened
this
there?
was like I applied to go for a youth competition, so like 25 years and below. So I applied. Thank God, they brought me over there.
Nice.
So this was during the training. We had like 3 or 4 days of training to get to know the horses and to get to know the weather there. The weather there is really cold. Really cold. I couldn't stand it. I was so cold. This was awesome.
I noticed you're the only one who's looking cold with the long sleeve. Macam tengah sejuk there. Everybody's like, yeah. You're just like, oh no, I'm cool. All right, we have a comment from Thomas Robson. Horseback archery is very difficult. Keep up old traditions. Well, thank you, Thomas. Thank you for that kind of remarks there. So how many of you were there here in Kazakhstan?
How many archers?
Yeah, how many of you in this particular program?
There were 11 archery, horseback archery athletes
I see. Okay.
from a few different countries. I can't remember which country exactly.
And what did you actually learn there?
I could say that I learned the nomadic way of the horse, you know? Like the way that they treat the horse, the way that they live with the horse. It's unexplainable, man. You gotta go there.
Well, we can't because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But what is the one key takeaway you can take from this particular experience?
It's a tough question. So many things there.
Well, just one.
All I could say is you and the horse are one. You have to know how to act like one. Like, all these horses we just met. And I saw all of them like riding the horse macam like they know the horse already.
I see.
And I was like, oh, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
So what you take away from here is on how to bond with the horse, so to speak, or rather to build the trust between the rider and the animal.
Trust and how to initiate a relationship with your mount.
How? Or what can you share with us tonight?
Oh.
Do we speak to the horse? Do we say something? Ada jampi-jampi ke? What's going on?
Jumpy, bro. It's like the energy you're able to bring to the horse. The horse can tell your energy level, low or high. You can make them fearful or you can make them agitated.
So it's more of how you are funneling the right energy to the horse to communicate, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like a lot of, I would say, you have to be there to experience it kind of thing, like you said, you know?
Yeah, I'm not good with my words. So,
you know, because if I just told someone, oh, I went to Kazakhstan and we were taught how to talk to the horse, I'll be like, huh? but if you were explaining it in a way that, you know, to form the energy, the bond, you can control the animal, make it fear or respect you. So there is a lot more layers involved. So perhaps it is... I see. So in that sense, you can see now that you're much happier on the horse.
This was in our equator. Equator? Yeah, this was in our region of the world.
Right.
So this was in Indonesia.
I see. So after coming back from Kazakhstan or before this picture?
No, this was before. This was like in 2018. Kazakhstan was 2019.
I see. Okay.
So this was my first time going on an international competition.
I see. And this picture here? This is much recent? 20?
Yeah, this was the 2019.
2019.
This was after Kazakhstan.
Maybe you can share a little bit on your, I would say, your drawing technique, what you're doing there with your hand. You're not using any quiver?
Yeah, no. I was using a quiver.
Okay.
There was a quiver for the extra arrows.
Right.
But this was for a Polish track. So in the Polish track, you're allowed to hold as many arrows as you can in the hand.
I
so
see.
that you can shoot the arrows faster.
Okay. Yeah. And what kind of technique works best for you for horseback archery?
Right now, I'm liking the back quiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
this one I was using the side quiver. This one.
I see. Okay. And you employ it with a thumb draw, I suppose, or is it?
Yeah, with the thumb draw. But there are some targets where you gotta be quick.
Yeah.
So Slavic was so good. The Slavic draw was so helpful.
I see.
But if I could, I'd always prefer the thumb.
I see. Okay. So you are able to switch the technique used based on your requirements. Well, what that can be.
Yeah.
I see. So as a horseback archer, being adaptable, how important would you rate that?
Whoa, 11 over 10. got to be able to adapt your horse to everything, to the whole environment.
So that,
Even though it is scary sometimes.
yeah.
The process.
I see. Okay. So if that's the case, I would say that this particular experience that you have here, managing the horse, managing the archery, both at the same time, I guess being a horse archer, you have to be really in tune with your environment, with all living things in your environment. Would you say
Yeah.
so?
I would say that you can say that as well.
Another quote
Same
from
one with the nature.
One with the Nature. So Thomas Robson mentioned here, Native Americans called horses sacred dogs when they were first introduced to them because of their personality. So Mr. Thomas here is saying that you know how we say dogs are men's best friends.
Yeah.
So perhaps here the kind of connotation that we can derive from this, if we are to domesticate horses again, they would be the man's best friend, I would say.
It could be.
But it's too
If they're
big.
not wild.
Yeah.
If they're wild, they just want to run away from you.
Well, then
Yeah,
again,
they don't look for food from us. Like, dogs, they would beg for food.
Right.
But these horses, they are independent animals, they can live on their own.
Yeah, because they just graze around and they'll stop whenever they want, they'll move whenever they want. Right. Okay. Right, so here we also have this going on. So I'm not too sure what this is. Because in Malaysia, if you replace the horse with a motorbike, you became something else. Probably a Grab rider.
You gotta put your feet at the back as well.
Yeah, but nowadays you can't, because at the back of the motorbike there is the Grab or Food Panda punya box. So you can't do that.
You can't do that anymore.
But you can still do this. You can still do the balancing act like this. So perhaps you can explain a little bit on what's going on here. What is the purpose of this particular position?
Okay, so there was a Mongolian archer before this. Before I went for mine. So after he finished, he did this. He did this what I was doing, so I was just copying him.
You just thought it looked cool.
I don't know.
All right. So that means like you see something you like, you just go for it.
Yeah, if it's safe to do. But this horse, I love this horse.
Okay.
Her name is Morgana.
Morgana.
Yeah, she's from Rembau.
Morgana dari Rembau.
Morgana from Rembau.
All right.
She's amazing. It's such an amazing horse.
This is an X race, or is it just bred for horseback archery?
I think she's an endurance horse.
Endurance. Okay, nice.
Yeah, some mixed Arabian blood in her.
Wow. Okay. So ultimately, this is your current persona, I assume, from Mika Bieber to this. So when was this?
This was at Kazakhstan as well.
I see. So, but it was the same baju.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until now. Same baju.
That's it. 2005, 2019. It's just a different bow and different pants with a longer hair.
Yeah, different hair. Different necklace.
I see. So, looking at basically the beginning and the steps you have taken, it's only been about 3 to 4 years until the pandemic hits the entire world. So you've been, I would say, the steps you've been taking since your beginning, and then about 5 years later, you are already going to Kazakhstan to learn about the secrets of being a good horse trainer. And then suddenly the pandemic hits, where when you shoot, you have to wear a face mask and you can't go much. And what actually happened to you during the pandemic?
With that face mask over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so what's up with you during the pandemic?
Alright, so during the pandemic, I'm thankful that I have been given a place where I can work on. So, work on archery, I mean. So, thank you. This is the place that I was working on during this whole pandemic. So, I was here all this while.
And where is this?
This is in Kampung Lombong, Shah Alam.
Ah, okay. Go on.
Okay, so this is what we will call Dayak Boi Playground.
I see.
Playground for all archers.
And how big is this particular land?
The whole land is 3 acres.
3
3 acres. So archers will have a 145-meter range.
Nice.
With a space of about 30 to 35 meters.
Nice.
35 wide.
So
145 long.
So you can probably have about 25 archers in a line to shoot.
Yeah.
I see.
We can probably have more because we have like this one meter by 1 meter slab.
Right.
And I think that if archers are comfortable enough, they're able to stand on the slab with 2 people. So if you times 2, that's like a lot of archers at one time.
I see. But because of the pandemic, then we have to worry about, social distancing.
Yeah.
So probably in the future, like they say, that you have to make sure that it's 50% on your capacity. So probably about 20 people, 25 people is still all right, I think.
Maybe less, actually.
Maybe less,
because I read the thing, it said like 2 to 3 meters. Not 1 meter anymore. I'm not so sure about that. So probably about 10 to 15 archers at one time.
All right. So we have one question from Archery Horse Guy. Ada soalan dari Amsha. How long archers to master in horseback archery? InsyaAllah after pandemic nak belajar horseback archery. So Mika, this question is for you.
I wish you all the best, brother Amsha. So the question was, how long does it take to master horseback archery?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
It's kind of subjective, that question. I would say it depends on your willingness to train and your willingness to learn about archery and horseback archery. Because it's not something, we've heard a lot of people say that it's not something you can start simultaneously. You got to do one and the other one separated. And then when the time is right, you combine both together. So...
how long did it took you to be able to be at least to sufficiently comfortable to draw and shoot the bow on the horse?
I'd say a year.
So about a year for you.
About a year.
I see.
Just to properly train and to get yourself in the zone of,
So I'm sure about 1 year.
Take as long as you want, no problem.
All right. Okay, so let's see. So this was I would say early 2020. This picture I took this picture. Rather, you sent me this picture after I visited you. This is in early 2020, if not mistaken, or somewhere middle.
I think in the middle of 2020. Maybe June, July, August, around that time.
Yeah, it was after the first lockdown when we were able to travel again.
Yeah.
So I did remember that you were saying that you need to get target butts. You need to try it out. So this is one of the few phases that you have done. You basically have leveled the land. You've planted some nice grass, because initially it looks more like a rice paddy. Because nothing is going on yet. You still haven't built the longkang on the sides. But then a few months later, this happened. So maybe you can share a little bit. What is this?
So this is the community area, or we can say as the Archery Clubhouse.
Okay.
So it's divided into 3 sections, as you can see.
Yeah.
3 sections.
All
right. So the one on the leftmost is a ballroom.
Here.
Yeah. So for those who prefer keeping their bow at the shooting range, they're able to keep it there. So you can just drop by, go for a quick session, and go off.
I see. So this is a shipping container.
Yeah, it's a shipping container. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And I suppose on the right here, this is like a cafe where you have a little counter and a little window here.
Yeah, so
Nice.
that's a little counter for the archers who are inside the range to get what they need.
Ah, any plans on what kind of food or drinks you plan to serve there?
I thought of juice because I like juice.
Ah, okay.
And juice, and then we're gonna serve some seaweed.
Seaweed.
Seaweed, bro.
Seaweed and juice while shooting bow and arrows. It's a
Yeah,
very
healthy food. Healthy food.
nice. And this seaweed is part of your other ventures?
To say that my uncle is a seaweed scientist,
Nice.
so we found out that seaweed has a lot of good nutrients inside.
I
The
see.
Japanese people eat a lot of seaweed, and you see how healthy they are. So
Right. So it would be like light snacks, healthy juices. But knowing our Malaysian archers, they will ask either kopi o, kopi ice, teh ice. So are you gonna serve the standard favorites?
I tak tahu ya. We'll see.
Because it hits differently when you're shooting at the range. The weather is like not too hot, not too cold, but you have a nice hot cup of kopi o there.
Right. I do enjoy that as well.
Right.
We'll see. You guys have to come over and then you find out for yourself.
Yeah, because juice, yeah, it's healthy, but I don't know whether I'm gonna enjoy it.
Now you're a coffee hot drink guy, isn't it?
I'm more of a coffee guy or rather teh tarik guy lah. Teh tarik is the common thing, but for us archers, it's not exactly healthy for us to be binging on teh tarik and kopi while you're at the range because you are basically nullifying your workout already by doing that.
Okay, I guess because like you're burning off the sugar when you walk to the targets and you walk back.
Not so much, I know how our Malaysians drink their teh tarik, man. That 1, 2, 3, 4 susu pekat manis. Make the bubbles, drink it. Once not enough, you need 3. So that thing's going on. So, well, you go to the archery range at least 2 hours. So you have to finish your drink every half an hour. So yeah, 3 is minimum. So maybe. You also installed some of these interesting variations of target faces. Perhaps you can share a little bit what's going on in this picture.
Okay. So for the target faces, I just wanted to have a variety of archery. So it does not have to be strict with the classical or the what do we call this? The modern archery targets, the pita rings and all that. So I'm glad that we have our own traditional style of targets like the PERTAMA target, and then also we have the Turkish puta target. So I'm hoping to get a lot more different targets, and also the hunting target faces where they have animal pictures.
Yep.
Animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun as well. So, but there's not them in this one. So.
Perhaps once Dayak Boi Playground is officially open, then you can start introducing the other variations as time progresses.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Here are some of the other pictures of what's currently happening this time around. So what's going on here?
Alright, so this is just the facility of the toilet, and in front of that we have the surau, which is detached from the main clubhouse.
I
So
see.
we don't crowd out that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who does the planning for this facility?
My family, me, mom, and everybody else in the family. My
I
sister
see.
as well.
So this is like
we all had a hand in this.
this is like your family's PKP hobby.
Yeah.
So
It's a family land. It's a family land which they agreed to share with the rest of the archery world.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Right, so a little bit from Thomas Robson. Horses are better than motorbikes because they have intuition of what the rider wants. I.e., you lean to one side of the horse for shooting, picking up something, etc. It will still move the way you want. So yeah, do you agree with that?
I could agree with that on a certain extent.
And to
Because
what?
if your horse is trained, if your horse is trained well enough to listen to your body cues and your body weight and your body movement, then yeah. But these horses, we just met them like 3 days only, and we have to sit on them and release the reins, release the control. So I believe that it is the archer who also has to be able to follow the horse.
So it's like a two-way communication thing.
Definitely, yeah. It's a give and take as well, yeah.
I see. So what would your opinion be? For example, even in your favorite movie, Lord of the Rings, where you can see the protagonist simply picks up an enemy's horse and start riding away as if the horse knows the fella and the whole family, just like today. So what is your opinion on that?
Well, since you brought up this nomadic slide from Kazakhstan, there's something that I learned from that. So you have to be able to know how to communicate with every different horse.
So does that... Sorry?
Whether it's yours or if it's not yours, or if you are borrowing someone's horse or you're renting the horse, you have to be able to fine-tune yourself to what the horse wants and needs so that you don't overstep the horse's safety zone,
Boundaries, you mean?
Yeah, the boundaries. Right. Thank you. The boundaries of the horse itself. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So it's not impossible for a protagonist to pick up the enemy's horse and starts riding away, shooting arrows.
No, not impossible.
Okay.
But I believe if the guy trained his horse to anti anybody else.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on that field yet.
So there is such a thing where you can teach your horse, okay, if it's not me on you, you don't go.
I don't know. It would be cool if you could,
Yeah, it would be very interesting.
You don't have to worry about it.
I can teach my horse not to move. If it's not me. That's be very interesting. Yeah, just you leave off. It's like touch free,
Something.
So I see the build up of the Dayak Boi Playground. It has a little bit more, I would say. There is an extent of industrial look. There is a little bit on eco. There's also a little bit on the Malaysian elements. What are you trying to go for here?
I'm trying to go for a mixed. It's not exactly mixed. It's like you can see a mixture of all different types of elements. So we have the modern element.
Yeah.
And we have the industrial element.
Yeah.
Modern means industrial, and then traditional as well.
What other plans do you do in this facility other than archery? Because I did remember you mentioned you probably want to plant some native fruit trees, or you want to put a little bit of herb gardens on the sides. What about those plans?
So at the back of the range, this is the front. At the back, we have a fruit orchard.
Okay. At the back here?
Yeah, at the back there. I think if you go to the target ones, the target photo.
Yeah?
Yeah. So behind all of these targets, that's all rambutan trees and pulasan trees and nangka. Sorry, cempedak trees.
That's jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
That's it. Okay. And these are all part of the Dayak Boi facility?
Yes, it is. So the fruit trees were there earlier. The fruit trees were the main thing on this land. It was the whole land was a fruit orchard.
Okay.
So because of this archery, we chopped down trees.
Did
flatten the ground.
Did you make bows out of the trees?
No, sadly I did not.
Well, you should have, because the fruit trees are good wood for bow making.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I think we have a few more trees that I think of. I think I'll get you over here and we'll see what we can do.
If it still bears fruit, don't you dare cut it. Right, so we have here from Nur Muhammad bin Muhammad Khairul Azam. Assalamualaikum and hello sir. Walaikum salam and hi. Friend of yours?
Who is that? Sorry?
Nur Muhammad bin Muhammad Khairul Azam.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that name.
No worries. Hello, we will glad to have you as a friend, Nur Muhammad. No worries at all. You can come by to Dayak Boi Playground. Where is it? It is actually in Jalan Lombong Besi 3, Kampung Lombong. That is in section 29 in Shah Alam. So maybe you can tell me a bit what's going on with your poster here, because there you have industrial eco look, and suddenly here I have a satay menu. So, so
Lahat ano maganda macam tu. we were just we're just going around with the type of design because we have like a huge sawit tree at the front. Which will be a landmark.
I
If you see the
see.
sawit tree, that's where we are. So that's why the background is like gambar pokok sawit.
I see. I thought it was banana leaves, like a typical restaurant. Yeah, like no, huh? All right, my mistake.
No.
I apologize for that. For those of you who are wondering what Dayak Boi Playground has to offer, the URL is down there, dayakboyplayground.com. And basically, Dayak Boi Playground is a traditional archery range of up to 145 meters. So for all you traditional archers out there who wants to practice, say, the Bhutanese or the Korean targets, Dayak Boi Playground is one of the very few outdoor ranges in Malaysia that has this range to provide that particular, I would say, discipline of archery. Designed for modern and traditional archery, right?
Yeah, what playground.
So you also mentioned here there's a variety of archery target styles from classical, traditional, historical, tactical, and 3D. So basically it seems like you're building up this facility for a competition.
Yeah, maybe. Well, of course, like an in-house competition, yeah, that definitely could happen. Like competitions are what makes archery fun as well. You know, when you get to compete with others, or you just get to compete with yourself. If I were to say it properly,
I see.
just to give yourself different new challenges. You know, that you thought you could never do, but then you suddenly do it, and like, whoa.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a very interesting, I would say, prospect, because archery events or competitions is one of the key revenue streams for traditional archery businesses now in Malaysia. But because of the pandemic, we are all stuck at home. We can't do that as often as we want, or rather restricted. Do you have any plans to probably digitize your services? Perhaps you're going to do like a live streaming of very few archers competing for a very high price. Is there plans like that to use technology?
It's something for you guys to wait and find out.
Right. So we have something in the plans. The facility is ready, the man is ready, but sadly, the pandemic is still here. But that will give him a little bit more time. All right, no worries about that. So here are the things that perhaps you can share a little bit. I see there's a walk-in rates, there's a membership. You also have some lessons, you have some coaching. The only thing that I want to know is what in the world is a boba session?
A boba session. Boba stands for bring own bow and arrow.
I thought it's the milk tea.
Yeah, people would get mixed up with that. But yeah, this is a different kind of sweetness.
Right.
Sweet.
So for a boba session of 25 ringgit, does that mean it's the whole day? Is it like a pass, or is it like by the hour?
Yeah, it's a pass, 25 ringgit for as long as you need.
I see. And of course, because of the pandemic, you do require them to book in advance and basically all that. All right, so all of you don't go rushing to Shah Alam to go to Mika's place, because I know it looks interesting and fun, but you gotta follow the SOP. Don't bring trouble to Mika here, because, well, right now,
Give us a call first.
yeah, give Mika a call first. Be sure to check with your local authorities whether you're able to make the distance, the trip or not, whether you are allowed to do so. So please bear that in mind. Don't go rushing there. So on the one-to-one coaching, so you will be coaching them personally?
Yes, for traditional archery. But for this recurve and bear bow, it's not supposed to be there. That's why it's highlighted, because it was still unsure.
I see.
Yeah, because we are planning to. Yeah, if we could get like recurve archers who want to train that, who have students that they want to train them. So, but I think for that, we will hold on first. We will focus on what we do best, which is traditional archery.
Nice.
Yeah. So I apologize. This is a mistake in the poster.
Okay. Would you like to highlight the mistake, or would you like to just keep quiet?
I'm gonna redo this.
Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, do check out the Dayak Boi Facebook as well as their website, because that is where they will update their rates and their services and offerings from time to time, so that you're able to get the latest information. And with this two, I would say, marketing content, I now see that there is a final amalgamation of the Dayak Boi Playground, which is this current look right now. So perhaps you can share a little bit on this particular, I would say, creative direction.
Of the logo poster?
Yeah, the logo itself. Because
The logo itself.
I don't see archers shooting with their leg up. So perhaps you can share a little bit what's the story behind it. Is there a reason? Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. So actually, can't find this logo, this stickman figure was from a necklace I received in Korea. There was someone who gave me a necklace, and it was engraved this exact stickman.
I see.
So I interpreted it one leg up.
Yeah.
Meaning the archer, he can shoot with his legs up, legs down, jumping, sitting, in any position. So, versatile archers.
I see. And it kind of goes well. It kind of goes well with the name, the Dayak Boi Archery Range or Dayak Boi Playground. It gives a much more relaxed environment where nothing is too strict or too serious. It's a place where one can develop oneself, I would say.
Yeah, and I would really like for that to happen.
All right. So we have one more comment from MMC channel saying, "Nice, thank you. You are nicer for commenting. Don't forget to like and subscribe."
Thank you, MMC.
And don't forget to check out Dayak Boi Playground as well. You're on Instagram as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, but we're not so active yet.
I see. Perhaps the Dayak Boi Playground will have their own YouTube channel soon?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Well, I think looking at how the pandemic is, everyone is going digital. I think it would be a great, I would say, a marketing lens that you can put out for the Dayak Boi Playground by featuring yourself. Because I see you uploading on your social media, jumping off a barrel, shooting from a tree, and all these exciting things. Perhaps you can also make like a compilation video of all these little things. If you remembered one of the earlier videos I've shared with you from Eureka Archery, where you were shooting in the forest.
Yeah.
So that is a kind of content that is very interesting for people to see, and people want to know, who is this Mika? What does he do? Because he didn't speak much in that video. So
yeah, speak with the bow. Yeah, but that could be something. That could be something to do in the future.
Right. So Muaz HD Archery hope have Dayak Boi own YouTube channel soon. So you have some supporters here live saying that Dayak Boi should do it, should definitely do it. Well, for me, from Eureka Archery, if you need some assistance on going live on how you can do this, don't worry, you can just ask me out. We can work it out for you. And of course, it's just so that Dayak Boi have more eyeballs to the venue. Because I think what you have here, this is a gold mine for you and your family. Because as archery progresses, you're also developing yourself as an archer. You're also developing yourself as a businessman through archery. So I think it's a very, I would say, envious position for most of the archers in Malaysia. We're now stuck in places like, I'm living in an apartment, I can't even shoot. I'm only seeing my four walls, and whereas...
And you do underground shooting, Anuar.
I've been shooting underground, I've been shooting in the parking lot. So it's not the same with shooting when you see grass and nangka tree and rambutan trees,
especially the air and the view of the sky.
Yeah, man. And the air is different. Shooting in the parking lot, you only smell exhaust and dust. So it's not fun. All right.
It's a good trip, I think.
So today we have just gone through very briefly on the beginning, the steps, the challenges, the life. Where do you see yourself in the future in the fields of archery?
I just want to run a nice range for people. That's right now the focus.
Nice.
A range where it fulfills every archer's needs, you know. So it's also a growing process where I will learn. So this is where we are going to start from. So we'll see what happens.
So the Dayak Boys' journey in horseback archery is currently developing the playground of Dayak Boy. So I think this has only been the first early chapters of your archery journey, I would say, because the future we never know what will happen. But
Never know.
what are your aspirations for the archery scene in Malaysia?
There's a lot. Okay. I would like the archers to just be who they are. You know, they're Malaysian archers are so amazing at what they're doing. I'm seeing so many cool things on the Facebook, and my Facebook is full of archery and horseback archers. So what I can see is that they're exploring archery in their own perspective, in their own view. So yeah, just keep doing what you guys are doing, you know, and then we can just come to one spot and just shoot.
Dayak Boy lah. Dayak Boy Playground. So ladies and gentlemen, be careful when he's saying like, oh, you guys should do what you're doing. He's actually just roping you in, you know, like a fisherman. Like, come in, and everyone's there. But it's been very interesting to see once the pandemic is actually much better, when we can start to travel again. I think you will be able to feel a sense of accomplishment once you see families starts coming into the playground, where you can see a young child's first steps actually happens in the Dayak Boy Playground, forming another memory similar to this. In many years to come, there will be a different memory. There will be a different set of Mika and Abdul Rahman with a different gentleman holding the bow, which they will remember fondly and will probably have this kind of discussion 10 years down the road. Yes, I remember there's a place in Shah Alam that this guy rambut tocang panjang, and you see how accelerated the archery world is becoming because of technology. Although we are doing traditional archery, something that has been practiced for thousands and thousands of years, but with technology, if you noticed, from 2010 to 2020, 10 years, we have gone from you and Abdul Rahman and Sheikh Fuad demonstrating, or rather introducing, traditional archery to the Malaysian community, to Malaysians winning championships from 2010 to 2020. Be it ground archery, recurve, be it horseback archery. What do you feel for being a part of this Malaysian journey?
Don't know what to feel, honestly. It's like something I'm so thankful for that I would rather not do anything else.
Nice. Okay, so we have come to the towards the end of the segment for tonight. We have got a comment there from Matsaat. Nice bow rack. I think that's directed to your bow rack there.
Thank you.
Did you make that yourself? Did you make that bow rack yourself, Mika?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of ugly.
Well, you have a fan there that's saying it's a nice bow rack, so I don't know whether that's sarcastic or...
I made it myself with a jigsaw, I think.
Nice. So most archers are also handymans, where they make their own arrows, they make their own stuff. So yeah, perhaps maybe in many years to come, your next journey will be to learn how to make bows, like the horn bows or horseback archery bows.
That's a dream, actually, Anuar.
Nice. And you already have the trees planted in your land.
I already have the trees planted. I just need the horns.
So your next step would be to have a few water buffaloes in your land, probably. Okay. From Thomas, we have here the triangle target is interesting. I missed the red entirely. LOL. Modern movies are really strictly storytelling. Yes, so this is in regards to some of the things we've discussed earlier. So the red triangle target is actually the PERTAMA target that is made by the Malaysian Traditional Archery Organization, or Pertubuhan Pemanah Tradisional Malaysia. Was it? Yeah, that's right, PERTAMA. So the triangle here, it represents, it's more like a mount. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the surrounding area. It is very challenging. And It is
It should
uniquely
be.
Malaysian. Okay, so right now the time is 9:55 p.m. We will open this segment for 5 minutes for any question and answer that you may have for Mika here. So we will open the questioning line starting now. So Mika, what do you think so far on the range development? You saw how the archery is moving, how your friends are sharing a lot more content on archery. Where do you see Dayak Boy in the next, I would say the next year? Where do you see it going into?
Right now, just a community place. Place where
Mm,
artists can come together. That's right now the main objective. A place which caters to everything that they need. That will also help improve every archer as well.
so it's more of like a community, I would say wellness center with archery as the main vehicle.
Yeah,
I see,
yeah.
I see. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we have one statement here from Thomas Robson. The bow rack's better than what I do. I lean them against the wall.
Thank you, brother Thomas.
All right. So for other archers out there, if you have a nice rack, you can actually make a custom one. You can use the coat hangers and just put it the other way, and then you can put 5 bows on the rack. So that's one way you can do it as well. But then again, for the rest of the archers here, if you want to do a bow rack, make sure you unstring your bow, because I've seen some people leaving their bow strung on a bow rack, and because our weather is hot, then your house, you put it on air conditioning, it becomes cold, you leave the
But for an
house.
example, like this is still strong.
That's a kaya, right?
It's a kaya. I should have unstrung it.
But a kaya is fine, because kaya can take the abuse. I'm more concerned about the more, I would say, sensitive bows, like a laminated bow, or rather, so those kind of bows, since you've already spent so much on it, I wouldn't just leave it strung up like that. Come on.
Keep your stuff safe, guys. It hurts to buy them again.
Right, so I do have a private question here sent into the message. How heavy of a bow are you pulling now, and what's the bow?
It's a 65-pound right now.
I see. And this is bow made by?
This is made by Mr. Bose from Siberia.
Ah, the MR bows.
MR Bose. It's an amazing bow. It looks so good. It feels so good in the hand.
I see, I see. 65 pounds at 28.
Yes, at 28.
I see, I see. And do you do that for horseback or for your ground archery?
It's coming on the horseback soon.
Wow.
But I have to train on the ground first.
Right, right. Do you have it there with you?
Yeah, I've got it here. It's this one.
Can
It's
we
this
take
baby.
Can we take a peek at this here?
Take a peek at this here.
Just a little tease.
Yeah, so this bow rack is a bit, it's not well organized. Okay. This is this here.
Just a little tease.
Just a little tease, yeah? Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
The Sia kind of reminds me of the bow that is found in the Medina Railway Museum, the Sa'ad Adiwaka's bow. That particular Sia look, the rounded look.
Yeah. I find it very useful for stringing.
I see.
You just put your string on there and it slides in. And also, it's like extra security so that your string will not slip off.
I see, I see, I see. And this is your daily shooter now?
It's my... Not yet.
Not yet your daily shooter?
I'm still working on it.
I'm sure it's a beast of a bow. 65 pound at 28. Oh, it sounds like a beast of a bow.
Ooh. It's difficult to get the right arrows for it.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's coming.
Yeah, some bamboo arrows. I know.
Yeah, some petong bamboo arrows from my friends in Indonesia. They actually make really thick petong bamboo. So these petong bamboos are not tubes. You know, like how bamboo arrows you have the hollow middle. But this petong is solid piece. I'm not sure whether I have it. Oh, I do. So it can be a little bit show and tell while we wait for...
Let's see it. She wants to take a look at it. Ooh.
Wait, let me take out one. Oh, this is really... So the reason why I ordered this whole bunch is that I'm in the process of acquiring a 100-pound bow. So for the, I would say, strength training. But I'm not sure how far or how am I able to string up the bow yet, but let's worry about that later. So, get the bow first and get the arrows. So yeah.
I'm kind of guessing I can guess who asked that private question.
I'm sure you do. So like that. So the knock is still the similar one, like how I used to make it last time. You still have that fast shooting knock for the bamboo self knock. And as you notice, there is no hollowness. It's a solid piece. How am I going to put the tang in? I think I have the item right here. Maybe, not too sure. Because my desk here, right beside it, I have my arrow making table. So everything is there, but I have no clue where that particular item is. There you are.
So we're both using our workshop tables, I guess?
That's the tool.
Alright.
It's just a file.
Like that?
Basically, I'll put this on a board. I'll step on it. So imagine there's a papan here, right?
Yeah.
So you put this on the ground, elevate it, and then you will spin the shaft on it. So that way, it will be balanced. Most people will think to do it this way, which nanti singit lah, pecah lah, and goes everywhere, right? But the right way is you spin the shaft in. Use the weight of the shaft to center it.
Oh, that's a cool method.
I mean, that's how they do it back in the days. But if you look into the Manchu types of archery, they will actually heat up the tang until it's red piping hot. When it's hot, they will ram it through. So those are the few, I would say, techniques that is used to create the tang. Because many of our friends also ask me, how do I make the tangs? Well, I've given the answer tonight using a file or a paku or anything really, because people have done it in the past before. But if you have some extra income, if you have some extra leverage of finances, you can get specialized tools. These are quite expensive because it's specialized for the shafts. You have to identify 8mm, 9mm, 10mm, and it comes in a drill form that actually drills out everything. So I don't have that. So that is the arrows that you can use with super heavy bows.
I gotta give that a try.
Try it out,
I really like arrows, man.
Yeah, bamboos are the best. Alright, so the few questions here. What is Wow Despot unique design? I don't understand. Despot, does it ring any bell to you?
Oh yeah, the name of this bow model is called the Despot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so Despot by Mr. M.R. Bose.
Unique design. It is very unique. It like I said, it reminds me of that bow in the Medina Railway Museum.
The shape of its strong, the shape of its strong looks like a Hungarian bow, but I'm not really sure. Hungarian or a Magyar type of bow. It's got its own identity somewhere.
I see. So it means the handle is more is backwards instead of like, you know how Turkish bows, they are like buncit depan, right? Whereas the Magyars would have this kind of handle. So it's this one.
Yep.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have here. I love curvy bows, recurves, and the like. Not so much the broomsticks like long bows. Well, even in Malaysia, a lot of us do prefer a more curvaceous bow. Don't you think so, Mika?
Yeah. The curves are dangerous, man.
In what way? In what way are curves dangerous?
No, because I'm not sure. You gotta ask the bow expert. But from my experience, like the curvier bows, they're like really nice. The Scythian bow, which is like the most obvious bow I've ever seen.
Yep. It's like a water snake or something.
That's really nice. I really want to get one of them.
I see. All right. So, okay, towards the end of the segment, I'm going to close down the Q&A. All right, Q&A close. And last thing that I would like your opinion on. You have tried so many bows throughout your 10-year career as an archer, as young as 10 years old, and now you are 26, right?
23, sorry.
23, so you're 13 years.
Yeah.
So yes, 13 years of shooting the traditional bow and arrow. Now, is the question that I would like to ask you is top three bows in your personal opinion throughout this many years. Name 3 bows.
The bow that I've used or the bow that I want?
The bows that you would say top 3 that you've tried, you've used, and you want to rank it from number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 first.
Okay, number 3, Korean hornbow.
Korean hornbow. Men have high taste.
Got to have taste.
Right. Why the Korean hornbow?
Mainly because of its history. Korean hornbow history. And also, it is a very, very nice bow to shoot. And it's very robust, these Korean bows. They allow you a long draw length.
I see. Okay.
And a short bow.
All right. And number 2?
Number 2. I want to say the Scythian, but I have not tried it yet.
So that is not a fair valuation. So it has to be you.
So I would go to the Saluki Tartar.
Saluki, another high-tasting bow. So you have very, very premium taste. I wonder what number 1 is.
You might be surprised.
Okay, before we go to the number 1, number 2, why the Saluki Tatar?
Okay, Abdul Rahman had this bow this one time.
Right.
So I had a chance to try it out.
Right.
So the curves are similar to the Korean, but I'm not sure how to explain it. It's just nice to shoot, you know, like it's nice to hold in your hand. It makes you feel something. Tartar bows. So Korean and Tartar.
Now the moment that I would say, how many of us are watching now? Let me just quickly check. Okay. So we are currently, there's 7 of us left. So, number 1.
Number 1. You want a drum roll? Turkish bow.
Turkish bow, which one?
Groza.
Groza Turkish bow.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, mainly because the Groza is such a good craftsman, So I got a chance to try out a Turkish bow at Nasrul's place.
Okay. Panah Legenda.
Yeah. Panah Legenda. So he allowed me to try a few shots.
Okay.
Turkish hornbow by Groza.
It's the biocomposite, right?
Yeah, the biocomposite.
Okay. So I got to be very careful in classifying the bows. If it's real horn, it's a biocomposite, then I have to specifically say it because some people may get offended on that. So we have the last one from Muhammad Sani. It's just an emoji with heart eyes ×2. So I suppose that's for you. And other than that, there's nothing much else that we want to share tonight because if we keep talking, we won't realize it's been an hour already, Mika. We initially wanted to do it less than an hour. It's actually 1 hour and 10 minutes. So we'd like to thank everyone tonight for joining into this very, I would say, informal discussion with Mr. Mika Irfan, the founder of Dayak Boi Playground, currently in development, and we are expecting to see the Dayak Boi Playground in completion probably by next year. And once the pandemic has cooled down a bit, I think Mika would be glad to welcome all of you to the Dayak Boi Playground, provided that you book early. Any last words, Mika, that you want to share?
Not really. Sorry. Yes. Thank you guys for all of you are watching. Thank you to Anuar and Eureka Archery as well for hooking up this nice live discussion for us to share our archery adventures. Yeah.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. That was Mika Irfan, and my name is Anuar Matsaat of Eureka Archery. For more archery content, discussions, and live videos, head on over to eurekaarchery.com, and we're on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and of course, if you're watching from YouTube, we are on YouTube. Till next time, see you again.